Bloodstained is a franchise of Castlevania-like platformers that I love. Curse of the Moon 1 and 2 were very good retro platformers, and Ritual of the Night I come back to from time to time for reasons beyond me. I just really liked the game. I've even got a wall scroll of it hanging up in the office where I make all my videos. With me thinking on playing the game on the Let's Play channel at some point in the near future, I wanted to find the best place to play it on the go. The Switch version I enjoy quite a bit, though it does have a lot of frame drop areas. And so, we have handheld PCs, something I've gotten a lot of stutter and freezing problems out of in the past. But that's in the past. Today, let's dive into how I've gotten Bloodstained Ritual of the Night to run on the original Steam Deck. For a bit of summary, Bloodstained was initially a Kickstarter game made by Koji Igarashi, known for working on the Castlevania series, specifically Symphony of the Night. As such, this is a game in that same sort of vein, combining the exploration and combat with the RPG elements of Symphony, plus some of its own mechanics, like the shard system, giving you equipable accessories that you can get as drops from every enemy in the game. But let's get into playing this game. For launch options, you can just use normal Linux. I didn't really see a noticeable difference in performance between normal Linux and Proton. Once you get into the game, it'll try to max out all of its graphical settings when you first boot it up. Admittedly, it will play fine like this, but not consistently. So here's what I did. I changed the resolution to 1280 by 720, as close to the deck's native resolution as I could. The rest is a little tricky. You actually don't have to down the graphical settings at all. You can leave everything on Epic and be fine. But I personally make sure to turn VSync and frame smoothing off and drop everything down around medium. I'll explain why in just a moment. No matter what you do with settings, you're going to get a mostly smooth 60 frames per second. The only part of Bloodstained that can't be worked around is room transitions. Whenever you go into a new room, the frames will drop for a split second, going from 60 down to the 30s and 40s. Granted, it's only for a split second, but it still happens. The other thing that can make it drop are large effects like shard abilities. If you've got everything up on epic settings and use the tentacle ability you get from the first boss, there will be a moment where the frame rate will drop down to about 58 to 59 and go back up. The same thing can happen with frame smoothing turned on. For this reason, I turned smoothing off and brought everything down to medium. This won't get rid of the room transition drops, but it does get rid of the drops when using those big area effects. I know this is a very small and minor thing, only getting 2 more frames during some animations, but it's more stability if you always have that FPS counter on like I do. And with that, I don't really have much else to say about performance. Getting a stable 60 FPS is fantastic. While I love playing the Nintendo Switch version of this game, it does have much less stability than the deck does. Oddly enough, it feels like it has less stability now than when I initially reviewed it 4 years ago. But that's a discussion for another time. With performance done, let's go into battery life. On higher brightness, Bloodstained will give the original Steam Deck a battery range of about 2.5 hours, while that will increase to 3 hours on lower brightness. Now as we wrap this up, would I recommend this to Steam Deck users? Sure I would. You can get a stable 60 FPS with the game looking beautiful, and if you don't care about drops to the mid and high 50s, you can even crank the settings all the way up. It's a fantastic platformer that plays fantastic on the deck. And that's all I have for you today. I'll be back soon with more handheld PC performance and reviews. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to leave them below. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.